Hi, this is Lisa from Low Cooking Roberts and welcome to my channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Lisa and this is a channel that I create to show all my customers and my viewers how to use a Low Cooking's product. 200 plus YouTube video are ready to view. If you are interested, just make sure you check our video library. Any sample card you like to see or like to learn, just click the card. They will bring you to the YouTube channel. And make sure you subscribe our YouTube channel and click the bells. We started this card challenge a while ago. This is going to be my second card challenge. The first card challenge, I have received more than 80 cards by my wonderful customer and my viewer. If you like to see the cards that created by my viewers and my customers, make sure you check the card challenge page and you can see all 80 plus cards. It is awesome. So for the second card challenge, how it works? I am offering a great deals for the stamp set and die cast set I'm using for the challenge. I'm offered the best deal, and after the end of this event, you will receive $10 gift certificate for each set that you purchase for participate this event. If you purchase 2 sets, you will get a $20 gift certificate that you can use for your online shopping. So once a while after I receive those card projects created by you, I will create a video to show all the cards that I have received. There's a lot of video that was for the first card challenge. Make sure you check it out. They're all wonderful. So the first stamp set for our second card challenge is called the Meadow's Friend. And I already created a project. This is going to be the video number 215. So just make sure you check it out. And the second card project is going to be this raw 666. This is the card I'm going to show you today. So before we start today's card project, I would like to follow up from my from the last video. There was a part of a video was missing. So I have received few of the email. They was asking me, "Hey Lisa, how did you add this piece of acetate to this Easel card?" So this is going to be a short clip to show you how did I add this part. If you like to learn how to create this Easel card, make sure you check the video 215. Like I say, 200 plus video are ready to view. It's very interesting, so make sure you check it out. Let's start the missing clips. If you like to get more information of the card challenge, make sure you click this link below. So that way you can find when is the deadline and when you have to send your card. Okay, so this short clip is a follow-up on the video number 215. I was missing part of a clip. So once when you create this Easel die cut, you're going to assembling, right? So make sure you watch the video 215. It have more information. So you can assembling this Easel die cut. So that's something like this, right? So this card, you can see the backing is my cardstock color. But my final card here is acetate, right? So how did I do that? It's so easy. What are you going to do is you are going to just have your trimmer ready. And this part, the doggy door part. So you are going to just trim it. So you can see there is some dotting line. The first section, a little narrow section. So how do I say? Okay, from the right side to the left side, the first section. Okay, so we are going to just give it like a 1/4 inch away from that dotting line. Okay, so let's do that. That's it. So your Easel card is going to be like this, right? And then you are going to have a piece of acetate. So the size of the acetate is 3 inches by 4.5 inches. And then you are going to just put a little bit glue here. And then place your acetate there. And that's how we change our backing from the color cardstock to the acetate. And make sure you watch the video 215 because in the video 215, I already show how you can reinforce your basic card. Like this final project is very solid. And this orange card project is so thin, so they don't really stick well on the table. So make sure you check the video 215, and I hope you can participate in this Local Kings second card challenge. It's got to be awesome. So that's start today's video. I'm gonna show you how to make this beautiful card. That's started. So here is another card that I created by use Local Kings Raw 66 stamp set and the die cast set. Hoping this video will make you itchy and you will start to create the card and participate Local Kings second card challenge. Can't wait to receive all the cards that created by you. So after I created those two cards, I found out the back is kind of empty. So in the end of this video, I am going to add a little bit touch up. And in this video, I'm not going to repeat the same technique how to stamping this gas pump and this motorcycle. So I will just fast forward it. If you like to get more information how to coloring the stamp, make sure you check the video 215. And if you like to learn how to duplicate the stamp and die cut in the very short period of time, make sure you watch the video number 215 and they show you how to use the stamp precisioner to multi-produce a stamp image and the die cut. So that's start today's video. Rubber stamp is so much fun because the same stamp set, same matching die set, different person, you will create something totally different. I have proved to you from the Local King First Card Challenge by using the same stamp set and same die cast set. If you're new to this channel, make sure you check it out under the Local King Card Challenge page. You can see all the cards that are created by our wonderful customer and viewer. So today's video, I am going to show you how to make this card. We're going to make a 5x7 size card, and I have my cardstock here already, and I was looking for a few of the embossing folder to create a background. So the first one is kind of like a wood finish, and the second one is kind of like a brick. You use what you have. If you don't have the folder, try to be creative. Use the stamp set to create the same texture. So I have a few of the folder here, and that's I already did try to use this one kind of like a wood finish, and I use this kind of brick. And we're going to try this one. How's that? So that way we created 3 different kind of finish, and let's see what it look like this one. So this is the rest embossing folder, and I'm sure you can find a lot of the brick texture folder. It doesn't have to be the same company. And then I am using this creaming texture paper. You can use any kind of cards that will work just fine. So remember, in embossing folder, they do have embossing and debossing. So if you want to do the embossing, make sure this logo is face up. And so I am going to just put my texture paper in the middle. Depending on what you like. If you like to be evenly, just put in the middle. If it doesn't matter, so you do what you like. So I like to go a little bit off the center, so I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to run to the machine, and I will. Okay, so this is what it look like after I run through the machine with using the brick embossing folder. So this side is embossing and the this side is debossing. You can choose what you like. So I'm going to use the embossing part, like the ground is go in. Okay, so we are going to do the coloring. And I actually found out I have this piece of rubber. I'm not trying to sell this piece of rubber mat, but if you're interested in this rubber mat, it's called water media mat. I actually found out usually I just use a piece of scrap paper to do it, but since I have this one, I'm going to just use this one. I just found actually they can blending directly on top, keep your table clean. You can do the watercolor, anything you like. So that's to do the blending, and I have a few of my color impact here already here. I prefer to use the Memento, but if you have a distress impact, any kind of impact, it will work just fine. I prefer to use dye base because the dye base impact, they dry faster. You can use the pigment too. The pigment is just a little bit creamy. If you want to use a Local King's Magic Mushroom, try to use the dye base impact. It's easier to clean. They don't really damage your magic mushroom. If you use a pigment impact, after you use it, you got to clean your magic mushroom well. Otherwise, those pigment impact will ink will stick on your magic mushroom. Your magic mushroom will become harder and harder, and after a while, they will lose that softness. So make sure if you are using the magic mushroom, try to stick with district ink or try to use dye base ink. So here is the few color. Let me see if you can see the number here. Okay, so hoping you got all the number here. Okay, so always start with a lighter color first, and those magic mushroom is awesome. You can actually clean it every time. You don't have to clean every time you use it, but you don't have to worry if you accidentally get a little bit darker color on your light, like this yellow magic mushroom. You can easy to clean it. You always use like a wet cloth kind of clean the surface. After you clean the surface, you're going to use a dry cloth kind of absorb all the ink on your magic mushroom, and then you will get your clean magic mushroom and ready to use it again. You don't have to clean every time you use it. So just in case if you want to use a lighter color, try to clean your magic mushroom before you apply the color on your paper. Okay, so I am going to just pick up some color. The first color is called Toffee Crunchy. Sounds yummy. And then we are going to just gently rubbing, like drawing a little bit circle. And we are going to use this pattern clay. I'm going to use my kind of orange color. I don't really clean my magic mushroom unless I want to use a very, very light color. And then remember the magic mushroom, they actually work well if they are a little bit moisture. So if you don't use it over the 1 week, try to keep them in the that storage which is come with it. If you use it every day like me, my mushroom is always set on my table. I don't really worry about they dry out. But if you don't use it more than 1 or 2 weeks, try to keep them in the container. A little bit moisture. So how to make a little bit moisture? Remember to wash your magic mushroom. If you wash them, they are like magic. They really grow 2 times bigger, and then you have to wait till they are completely dry, and then you can reuse it again. So don't wash it. All you have to do is just kind of use a wet cloth, kind of squeeze, and after you squeeze it, just use a dry cloth, kind of absorb the rest of the ink which is setting on your magic mushroom. When you use a darker color, always start with a little first. If not enough, we add more. You don't want to add too much. If you add too much, it's going to be too dark. And then drawing a little circle, try to blending. And then you can rotate your cardstock too. Try to blending the color directly on your texture paper. And then if you got a chance to try this magic mushroom, you will know they are so easy to blend. They are better than the brushes. So that do this. If you push harder, so let's try this one. You push harder, it become a darker color. And then if you release a little bit pressure, it become the lighter color. So that's dry a little bit blue here, just in the corner. And then when you use this magic mushroom, and they actually helping the color blending together. So try to use one magic mushroom, one color if you can. But if sometimes you accidentally dipping your light color mushroom into the darker impact, don't panic. Just clean it just like the way I'm showing you. Just gently wiping with wet cloth and dry with a dry cloth, and they will work just fine. Okay, that's it. And I'm going to just add a little bit red here. See the color? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so around the edge, I am going to just give it a little bit darker color, and be careful the finger print. I always get the fingerprint. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so how do you like my background? I think that's very pretty. If you accidentally get a little bit fingerprint on top, just try to color it. So I'm going to just add a little bit. So you can do a little drawing, a little circle. Sometimes you can just drag in one direction from left to the right. So just kind of play with it. Okay, so that's my background, and I am going to, so see, it actually was kind of surprised they can actually very easy clean these silicone finish matte. If you do a lot of watercoloring, you can just put your watercolor paint here, but I think it's work well. I bought this one from the one of the craft show, and so it's called water media matte, and I'm sure you can find it from the Amazon. Okay, so here is the link. Yeah. Can you see it? Yeah. Well, remember, I am not trying to sell this mat to you. Just something that I'm using, and I found out is kind of work well. Okay, so next I am going to just use this one to kind of do my nail. Nah, just kidding. I kind of want to create some kind of old finish brick looking. See? Okay, so kind of just stained a little bit. Why not, right? Just be creative and try to have fun like this. So I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? Okay, so next we are going to do our coloring part. So I am going to just color my gas tank and the other motorcycle, and I need two, right? So we're gonna do two. Before we do that, I have the other embossing folder, and this is a tin hose folder. What do you call these? I know it's a kind of those kind of on the floor is kind of like a metal they use to finish it like a toolbox. But what do you call this in English? How to describe that? If you know, leave me a comment, let me know. So I'm going to just add a little bit texture, and then this the size is 6.75 inches, right? So my folder is not big enough, so you know what to do. So you're going to just run through the machine 2 times. I will be right back. Okay, so in the last tutorial number 215, I already showed you how can you speed out your stamping and die cut. So in this video, I am going to just fast forward how to coloring and how to die cut it. So I'm not going to just show you that. If you like to know a little bit more about the how to coloring on the rubber stamp, leave me a comment, let me know, and I will create a video to show you what you can do with those markers. So I'm going to just fast forward. Okay, so I have a few my gas pump and my motorcycle collar. So we are going to just put them together. I have something else to show you. After you use a magic mushroom on the cardstock, you got to make sure this cardstock, the basic card, is completely dry before you put the glue on top. Because if the surface a little bit moisture, you're going to having a hard time to put all your die piece on the surface. So just dry out with the heat gun, they will work just fine. So that's just among these one first. I'm going to show you something else. So far we have a 3 different kind of pattern. Which one you like the best? Okay, and then I'm going to use this one. So this is just 3/4 inches by 6.75 wide, and it's just a little bit decoration. Whoop, a little bit too long, so I'm going to just trimming it like this. There you go, good enough. And we are going to just kind of play around it. I kind of changed the blue to the green, so I maybe should change this one. It's kind of blending with my background. What do you think? Well, that's okay. You get you know what I mean. Okay, and for the Local Kings die cut is very detailed. See, actually the bottom of this door is actually you can swing open. So I want to kind of create the kind of different depth. So this one, I want to kind of keep the door open, right? So if I open it, I can see through and I see the back the brick. So that's kind of ugly. So I just use my die cut a piece of plain cardstock, and then I'm going to just use the foam tape, kind of lifting that out, so kind of raising up, so that way it looks more interesting. And going to just add a little bit color around it to make the edge of this die cut a little bit softer. Okay, and then when you put this die cut, you don't have to put the right exactly matching, kind of off the line a little bit. So that way they create some kind of shadow. It looks better. Well, your call, you give a try. You was like you can figure out which one you like. Okay, so I'm going to glue my motorcycle first. The first one, I'm going to just use my glue. Recently, I use this glue a lot. I just figured out, I think they can go to the small area is much easier. And this one is kind of in the back first. It's refilling. And this one, I'm going to put here. Here, how's that? That's good. And then the other motorcycle, I'm going to just put here. Okay, so I'm going to put the foam tape like this. Here. Okay, let's do this here. Okay, so this is another motorcycle. Or you can try to put the cards there too. Okay, so that's what it look like, right? But after I create these cards I just find out the background is kind of empty, right? You can put your sentiment there, or I just can't find any like a sentiment to go with this one, or I didn't looking for it. But I think, I want to add something there. I kind of feel there is a little bit empty. So I want to, because it's a kind of old gas station, right? So kind of want to have some kind of map, some kind of like a poster, those kind of stuff. You can create it by yourself. So what I did is I actually created my own map. So this is my map. It's from one of my, I don't have those kind of city road map. I only have one old Africa map. It's called Around the World. So, but who cares? Nobody's going to know. It's just some map. Or you can go to internet, download some kind of map image, and then you can just print and trim it. Hey, I remember I learned Japanese. The Japanese map, the map in Japanese is called chizu. Chizu. Yeah, just remember now. Okay, so I just what I did is I just grab a piece of cardstock and stamp with a black, just a corner, a corner, and then I just kind of use my the magic mushroom. See, my magic mushroom is all clean. So kind of just give a little bit color like that. Okay. Okay, so this is what's the map, right? And it is too new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my map is a little bit old. So I'm going to do that like this. Make it a little bit old, and then I'm going to use this one, kind of like a sanding a little bit. So that's how I created my map, right? But after I created my map, I think it's still kind of empty. So I want to put a little bit more stuff. That's why I trimming one of I die cut one of extra this gas pump. So you take a look, I put a lot of detail when I design this die cut. For example, this door is actually swing open. And then if you take a close look of this die cut, they actually have some kind of thing called kiss cut. So you can easily, kind of trimming off this section. Okay. Okay, there is more. So in the back of this die cut, can you see there's some kind of line, right? That's called the kiss line. What is a kiss line? Kiss line is you can easily break it out. So when I design that kiss line, the purpose is that I want this little piece die cut is very easy to come off. So sometimes you can just put a little bit foam tape here. You can put a little bit foam tape to kind of raise up, right? So same thing as the circle area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trimming that circle because the area is just a small piece area, so it's doable. You can easily use your scissor or trimmer to do that. Before I create this map poster finish, I was digging to my drawer and I found out I have some these kind of like old plates, and I think that will looks nice to put part of under here like this, just to make it like a look old gas station. But I was thinking, so yeah, I have it, but how about my viewer? They cannot find out. They don't have this plate. So what are you gonna do? You can always go to internet, download something. I got this from this Karen Foster. Karen Foster. From Michael's. I think I have this probably over 8 or 10 years. When I start stamping, I bought it and it was sitting in my drawer. I never used then. I don't think so. They still have it. It's called the license plate, but just looking for the idea, right? So you can just find some this small piece of metal stuff. You do that. If you don't have it, that's why I come out with this idea. Make your own. So I just put my map here. Let me make now this one is not going to have a foam tape. So I'm going to just glue it. Make sure it's not upside down. And then those little pieces, the one from the gas station, from the old gas pump. Oop, this one is not sticky. So I'm going to just do these. So put the one here and the other one here. Okay. How about here? That's good. Or you can use a circle punch on circle and write down like 39 cents per gallon for the car. And then I actually found out I have this little charm. It's kind of like an oil lamp. And then I'm going to just put there. You know what? You just decorate. Dollar store is the best place to find all these little stuff. And those little charm is actually they are using to make a necklace or earring. So this is my final piece. That's it. So I'm going to just finish these two. I just want to show you What do you think? If you don't have those kind of car license plate, make your own. Try to be creative. Go dig in your drawer, find something that you can use. Some old stamps that you can post a stamp. You can make your own poster card, and I hope you like it. So this is the second card that I created for Local King's second card challenge by using the raw 66 stamp set. So that's what it looks like. And hoping give you some inspiration, and then you can start your own card your project soon. If you like to know when is the deadline, make sure you check the card challenge page. I will put the link below the deadline and when you have to send the card. I'm still doing the swap and I'm working on the new design. There's more tutorial coming soon. I'm going to bring you outdoor, give you a road trip to show you how did I get inspiration to design 2021 new design. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.